16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye scurvy dogs, take them down. Incoming state. Watch the guardrail, number 16. Fire, ye...
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dave Bush Cup Series. It is the COCA COLA 300 here tonight at Charlotte, USA Speedway. I'll tell you what, this is going to be a lot of fun here tonight. We've got something like 20, 21 cars here tonight in the field. It's a pretty good field for sure. It's been a while since we've had that many cars, and I'm looking forward to an awesome race by these guys out here on the track. So right now, we're going to take a quick look and see what we have to deal with. Just a moment here, folks. We're going to get rid. You got to get rid of that. There we go. We're at the SRU Sim Racing Unleashed Dave Bush Cup Series, Race 13, Charlotte Motor Speedway. The weather is 87 degrees Fahrenheit. 20% humidity, partly cloudy overhead with only 1 mile-an-hour wind, so the wind will not be a factor here tonight on the track. Temperature is a balmy 94 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's going to be a warm one, but it's going to also be a lot of fun. I'll tell you what, the COCA COLA 300, oh man, this is going to be an awesome, awesome race. I'll tell you what, right now, these guys are out here doing their qualifying laps. They're going to try to get some laps down, see if they can get some good speed. These guys are going to try to see what they can do. Now, during practice today, we'll bring it on up. While they're out practicing, Zach Rungitz He had the fastest car in that 38 machine, 29.563. Chris Paff, he was 29.642. Jason Haney, he was 29.702. So those are your top 3 cars to look for. Now again, that was just in practice. They're out there right now trying to do a little bit of qualifying. We're following along with Jeff Gilmore as he's going around the track trying to put down some laps, see what he can get. 30.9, and he just turned a 29. So he's a little bit faster this time around. He's up into 4th place as it stands right now. So these guys are going to go around, get their laps in. There's Nick Rader. He's in 2nd place at the moment. We're going to follow along and see if he can do something better than the 29.6 he had the first time. Not going to be a good enough, but he's still in 2nd place. Chris Paff, he just went around. Robbie Stewart's out there. A few of these guys right here getting things done. So tonight also, don't forget, we have our Whiplash Sin Cams. They are doing a really good job. We have more camera angles than we need to have here tonight. We'll never use them all, but we certainly got quite a few of them. So we also have a listing of some of our drivers. Robert Chiswick, he's here tonight in the Dave Bush series. Then we have Brandon Hartwell. I believe Brandon said, no, Brandon's, oh yeah, Brandon's here in the 25. Okay, there's Chris Paff's car in the 22, Cheerwine. The 24, Jason Adams, last year's champion. Keith Hilbert in the 19. Larry Blair, 73. I don't think Larry's with us here tonight. There's the 80, Marco Led. I'm not sure if Marco Led is here with us tonight either. We've got a few guys that are with us and a few guys that are not. Nate Webb's here tonight. We'll take a quick look at his car here in a moment. But anyway, we're going to get this thing ready to rock and roll. They got practice all taken care of. Now they're out there doing their qualifying. They're just finishing up on their qualifying. All along with R.J. Jones. I saw him a little bit earlier there. He was watching one of my broadcasts I did this morning. He was in there taking a look to see what I was doing. So here he is right now going around in that 5 machine. He's already gone up the 12th spot from the bottom of the pack. So he's up there. Nate Webb, he just finished. He's up into 4th position. Again, R.J. Jones, he's just finishing up his qualifying. So we're going to get these guys, let them go around the track. Glad Dad said good luck tonight. Loggy Boy 700, good evening, sir. Okay, all the guys are checking in. Loggy Boy says looks like CB 400 is about to go live too. Not quite sure what the CB 400 is there, Loggy Boy. But I'll tell you what, the Dave Bush COCA COLA 300, that's going to be going live real soon. Okay, so in the qualifying, we have the qualifying all done now. We're going to go and take a look and see what your starting grid is. Starting on the point, it's going to be, let's see if I can get a good camera angle here for you. Trying to find my right camera. There we go. On the pole, Zach Rongitz. In 2nd place, we have Nick Rader. Then we have Chris Paff, Nate Webb, row 2. Row 3, we have Fred Pennington, Al Likens. Row 4, we have Robbie Stewart Jr., Jason Haney. Row 5, Jeff Gilmore, Patrick Rowitz. Then we have Robbie Darnell and R.J. Jones in row 6. Row 7, we have Brandon Hartwell, Todd Neese. Row 8, we have David Cassidy, David Neese. Row 9, we have Mark Kozich and John Henderson. Row 10, we have Terry Duguay and Robert Chiswick. That is your field for this evening. These guys are just going around now. We're going to do 300 Well, actually, it's not going to be 300 laps. It's going to be 200 laps, 300 miles. We're going to get this thing underway. We're going to bring it all up. Pace car's taking them around. We're going to get all our information up here. We're going to get our track map up. We got everything up, loaded, and ready to rock and roll this thing. All right, they're coming around turns 3 and 4 right now. We're going to jump up to the flag stand once we get the pace car out of the way. Zach and Nick are going to lead this thing, get this thing rocking and rolling. We're going to go to Barney up in the flag stand. Barney's got the green flag in the air. They're at the starting zone. Here we go. Wave that flag, Barney. We're going. Here we go, boys. We're racing now. The 38 of Zach Rockets, he is out in front, and he is driving away as Chris Baff right behind him. Nick Rader is in the third position. He drops to the inside. After that, it's 2 by 2 by 2. They're all looking to see if they can get up here. Again, it's been a while since we've had 20 cars in the field. This is awesome to see. We got a good field of cars here. We're racing at Charlotte. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so COCA COLA 300. We have 200 laps here tonight. We have 8 sets of tires, 1 set on the car, and 7 sets in the pits. That's a lot of tires. But for 200 laps, the boys may be needing them. Now, don't forget, we have no fast repairs. This league does not allow fast repairs, so if you wreck your car, you are in serious trouble. You cannot get it fixed. You'll have to sit in the pits and wait for your mechanic to work on your car to get you back on the track. Now, we're looking at somewhere between 45 and 52 laps for a tank of fuel. We'll see how accurate we are, and let's see if we can go that distance without having any cautions. So, as it stands right now, Zach Rungans is right there, but right now, Al Likens, he usually has a fast car, and he's just showing it because he just dropped into the front. He just took it away on the inside from Zach Rungans. So Al Likens is now your new leader. All right, while we get this thing all settled down, we're going to try to get down and take a look at all the drivers and their cars. First of all, we're going to reset our trading paint. So we just want to be sure that everyone has their custom paint jobs on their cars. I like to do that within the first few laps of the race. It only takes a moment to do. So you're going to see a flash on the cars. Cars are just going to be white for a moment, and then they'll be back to their custom paint jobs. All right, so we have Al Likens. He's coming around the corner here now. Let's get a good close-up look at his car. Once it changes back to its... Oh, we have a little bit of a wreck going on back there. Let's see. Not quite sure. It looked like someone was sideways there for a while, but everyone's got it all lined back up again. We're all good to go. These guys are racing hard. All right, back up to the leader. Well, there's Al Likens' car. He is driving the 88 machine, the Mountain Dew machine. Zach Rongich, he's driving the Fast Pro Shops Goodrich car, the number 38. Chris Paff, he has the Cheerwine 22 car. Then we have Nate Webb, HendrickCars.com, the number 7. Fred Pennington, he's right there in the Marines car, the number 8 of Fred Pennington. Then we have Jeff Gilmore in the 57, the Miller High Life car. Robbie Stewart is bringing home the 3 in the Busch Light car. Battle of the Beers up there for 7th and 8th place. Then we have Jason Heaney. He is driving the 9 car, Napa Auto Parts. Then we have Brandon Hartwell in the 25. He's driving that Rowdy Energy car tonight. Robbie Darnell in the 44. Haven't seen Robbie out in the track for a while. It's good to see Robbie back once again. That's a good looking car right there. Hillsboro Feed Company. Then we have Patrick Rogitz. I'm sorry, Patrick. Again, he's from Canada. He's driving that 87 car, Mazda car. RJ Jones in the 5, M&M Toyota. Then we have Todd Neese in the 26. He's driving that Publix car. David Neese, he's right there in the light car. I believe it's a Miller light car, is it not? Yes, it is. Terry Duguay, right on board locksmith. That's his actual business over in Prince Edward Island. You need a locksmith over there. Give Terry a call. He will fix you up. John Henderson, he's in the Halloween car. Then we have Mark Kosik. He is in the IBM car. He likes that Ford Mustang. Robert Chiswick, he's in that Harley Davidson motorcycles car. David Cassidy's in the pits driving that Budweiser car. There he is right there, number 17. All right, going back up with Al Likens. He's in the 88. He's out in front. He's going to take this thing for a ride. He's got a heck of a run on Zach right now. He has almost 1 second over top of Zach. We're doing lap 11 out of 200. We're just driving away with Al Likens. Take a look out his rear view mirror. You can see Zach Rockets in the background and everyone else, but there's no one in front of Al Likens. That's the way Al likes it. He likes being out in front and not giving an inch back. Take what you can and give nothing back. That's what us pirates say. Arr! Alrighty, so we're going to go back into the field a little bit. There's Nate Webb. Going to go back, take a little bit farther look, take a look and see where we can see anyone. See if there's any battles going on. We got a little bit of a battle. Robbie Stewart, Robbie Darnell. And Patrick Rockets, he's in that 87. These guys are all looking to see what they can do, but there's a 9 of Jason Heaney. He is up there taking a look and see if he can get up by Robbie Stewart Jr. Taking a look and seeing, gosh, everyone's in single file. They're all minding their P's and Q's. They're all just riding along right now. Robbie Darnell is up there. He's taking a look behind Jason Heaney. He is right there seeing if he can get by him. Everyone's doing a really good job. No one's really pushing the issue yet. Again, we have a lot of laps, 200 laps here tonight. Lap 14 going by now. So we're going to get these guys going down the track. We're going to go up and take another look a little bit farther up. Let's see what's going on up here. Whoa, we got a car way down low. Not quite sure what's going on with him. Not sure if that was a Kinder Morgan, Fred Pennington. Don't think that was Fred. There was somebody back there a little bit farther. Robbie Darnell, he's right there. These guys are all right on top of each other at this moment in time. They're all looking to see if they can get by each other. Right there behind him, we have Patrick in the 87, right behind Robbie Darnell. Trying to see if he can get something going. Robbie Darnell is high on the outside. Mr. Gilmore's car, it looks like. Going by the 57 of Gilmore. Riding along with Robbie Darnell. Robbie got by him, no problem at all. Take a look out in front. Robbie's right there falling in line. But now we go back and take a look at Jason Heaney. Jason Heaney's looking right behind these guys. He's looking behind Patrick and Jeff, seeing if he can find a hole to squeeze that car through. He's going to go high on Jeff Gilmore, riding side by side, right door to door. He's trying to ride him, get around the outside. He does. He's getting by him there now. Take a look out the gearbox. Here we go, out the back end, out through his rear window. Jeff Gilmore falls back another spot. Meanwhile, let's see, Robbie Stewart Jr. Robbie Stewart's taking a look at Jeff Gilmore. Jeff Gilmore is right there on his left side. Jeff Gilmore is dropping back. He's going to drop in behind Robbie Stewart. So these guys are racing hard. Jeff is just kind of riding along for the early part of this race. Lap 18 out of 200, he's not doing too bad. Al Likens, though, he's out in front, but he has Brandon Hartwell taking a serious look at the back end of him, seeing if he can get something going. Al Likens had a good solid lead, but here's Brandon Hartwell on the inside, taking a good look as well. He does a little bit of a slide there. He got me back under control. That lost his momentum, though, going into that corner. So he's going to have to try to get going once again. He had a really good run, running real fast, but again, he came out of that turn a little bit loose. That was enough to lose the momentum and put him back into third place. All right, so where else are we looking? Let's take a look. David Cassidy. David Cassidy's out of the race at this moment in time. Unfortunately, we lost David Cassidy, but we'll go back and take a look at Robert Chiswick. He's back there in the Harley Davidson. He's back there by himself at this moment in time, trying to play a little bit of catch-up. Not quite sure what happened to Robert, but he got way to the back. So he's got to catch up with everyone else. We'll go back up to the front. Al Likens is pulling it out with Zach Rongich. Zach is taking another hard look at the back end. Take a look from this roof cam. He's taking a look at the back end of Al Likens. He's riding along in second place, but he's going to try to get up there for first. Trying to get this thing happening, trying to get something going. Brandon Hartwell, he's in third. He's watching behind Zach Rongitz. He's going to go high. Now, a few moments ago there, you can see that 25 of Brandon Hartwell. He was doing really well. He was actually running for the lead. He actually had the lead, but he got a little sideways coming around the turn. So when he lost it, he lost all that momentum, and he lost a couple of positions. But he's there in third place. He's looking to do something with it as soon as he can get up there. He's looking really hard. Going around the corner. These guys all look pretty good going around the corners. Coming down the back straightaway, they all look pretty much in a single file line. Looking real good. Going out of turn 4 back onto the front straightaway. Everyone's looking really good on the track here tonight. That's just awesome to see. Back up with your leaders, here they come. Now, Brandon Hartwell is right there behind Zach Rongitz. He's seriously looking high on the outside, seeing if he can get up there. He doesn't have any real problems with Chris Paff coming up behind him. Chris is still a little bit behind, almost a second behind. So right now, Brandon is looking straight ahead, trying to get up into second position and then into first position. And we got lap 25 out of 200. These guys are running solidly right now. Doing a really good job. No harm, no foul, no accidents. Everybody is doing their normal, awesome job of racing these cars around the track. You won't find too many other leagues that are as clean as these guys. These guys have been racing together for quite a while. We do have a few new guys sprinkled in, but I'll tell you what, the original guys for the SRU been around for years. I've raced with these guys for many years myself until I jumped up here into the booth. These guys are some of the cleanest racers you're going to run into. You do not see these guys make too many mistakes, which as a broadcaster makes my job a little bit harder because I've got to find something to talk about, because if they get into a Sunday night drive, well, I'll tell you, there won't be much for me to talk about. They'll be just driving around the track. Oh, well, it's going to be good, though. Lap 27 out of 100. Brandon Hartwell's trying to see what he can do. We're going to go back and take a look a little bit down further back. Patrick Rawicks, this is his first race tonight, I believe. I believe he just joined in with the league. He's in that 87 machine. He's doing a pretty good job. He's right there behind Nate Webb, driving that 87 Mazda machine, build submarines on the hood. He's going by Nate Webb on the inside. He has that Napa Jay Heaney right on his back bumper, taking the air off him a little bit, got him a little bit loose. but he maintained it. He did a good job driving that Mustang around the track. So you got that Haney, Nate Webb is right behind him now. Jay Haney is on the inside. Gonna pass him on the inside. He's gonna let him go. Doesn't look like he's gonna really give him a lot of grief at this moment in time. Although they are door to door, racing side by side. That Napa Auto Parts car, I'll tell you what, that's a camo car. That's kind of like a blue camo. It's a different looking machine, actually. Jason's got a different looking machine right there tonight. The Napa is barely visible on the hood. Like it's a good camo car right there. In the sunlight, it shines up, but when it gets into the shade, that Napa almost fades right away to nothing. That is kind of a cool paint job on that car there tonight, let me tell you. That's Jason Haney. He is back in 7th place, and he's just driving the wheels off it, trying to get up to these other guys. Robbie Darnell's right in front of him. Hillsboro Hillsboro Feed Company. There is a Hillsboro Coffee as well. I had to look twice. Anyway, he's doing a real good job with that 44 machine. So, okay, we're going to go back up. We're going to take a look up at Al Likens. Al Likens is he's fighting off Zach Rondich. Zach Rondich is now just passing Al Likens for the lead, but Al's crossed over. He's going to drop down below. He's going to try to get back up in front of Zach. These guys are fighting back and forth here. Al Likens didn't quite have enough, so Zach is running out in front. He's going to drive away with the lead at this moment in time. The 88 Mountain Dew machine of Al Likens not going to be able to catch him right now, but he's going to be seriously looking, going to see if he can do something with it as the laps count down. Lap 33 out of 200. These guys know how to put laps under their belts and get them down. They definitely know how to get around the track, racking up the laps. I'll tell you what, these guys can really drive their cars. There's Al Likens. Ooh, he's close to the wall. He's scraping the wall, I would say. He's right up there. That may bother him a little bit. But there you have Chris Bath. He's right there on his back door. Chris is driving that Cheer wine car. 22, but he has the 25 of Brandon Hartwell sliding around on the inside of him. He opened the door, and that's all Brandon Hartwell needed to get out in front of Chris Bath. And Chris Bath is fighting with him, getting it back. These two guys are fighting door to door. Chris is on the high side, Brandon Hartwell on the low side, trying to see what they can do. Brandon has Al Likens in front of him. Al Likens is back and forth between the two of them. But right now, there's Brandon Hartwell. He's right there. He took the third position away from Chris. Chris is going to have something to say about it if he can. Jumping up on his roll bar, he got him on the outside. He's got almost 3 wide if he hadn't been able to hold it. These guys are really, really going for it. I'll tell you what. He's doing a really good job right now. Al Likens, he almost got by Al Likens, lost it. Take a look out his windshield. He sees him right there. He's running along in 4th gear. Coming around the front straightaway. Grabbing another gear into 5th gear, trying to catch up. Nope, they have spread out. We can see Chris, he's dropping gears down into 4th gear, into the corner. Now he's going on the back straightaway. Grab onto a shifter into 5th. Going into turn 3. Drop her down the 4th gear again. Keeping his foot right hard into it. Meanwhile, he has got Al Likens on the outside of him, and he's going to get by him. They're racing door to door, trying to get by each other. You can't get any closer than that, folks. There he goes. He did get by Al Likens. Well, the 4 of these guys are way out in the front. Jason Heaney is 5 seconds behind Al Likens. He's quite a ways away. You can see Al Likens going in the distance way up there. I believe that's Al Likens. I believe so. Let's take a quick look. No, actually, it's R.J. Jones. R.J. Jones is the next car ahead. Al Likens is way up in turn 1. So that's where that plays. R.J. Jones is 1 lap down at this moment in time. But these guys are all back here fighting. Right now you have these 4 cars. This is the second group of 4. You have the leaders, 4 cars. You have the second group of 4. They're trying to get something done as well. Then we go back to Todd Neese. Todd Neese is back there almost by himself. David Neese is behind him. Kerry Duguay, he's back there racing with Jeff Gilmore. They're just back there, but they are right now about 14 and a half seconds off the leader. So they're closer to the back of the pack. Lap 40. So they're just kind of riding along. Kerry's looking on the inside of Jeff Gilmore, seeing if he can do anything with it. Take a look from his roof cam. Going high on the outside. Ooh, Terry, stay off the wall, buddy. There he goes. He's going by Jeff Gilmore. He's come awfully close to that wall, though. All right, there is Terry Duguay. He is out and just cruising. Meanwhile, the 57 of Jeff Gilmore, he just went into pits. Robbie Darnell went into the pits as well. Take a quick look at Robbie Darnell. He's getting outside tires, dropping it down. Gilmore's getting outside tires. Okay, Robbie Darnell's getting inside tires, and away he goes. Gilmore's getting inside tires, and he's going to be ready to rock and roll, get back out on the track as well. Meanwhile, Zach Rungitz, he is out in front of this thing. Brandon Hartwell is trying to catch up with him, but he is 0.6 of a second behind the leader at this moment in time, trying to get something going. Wow, I'll tell you what, these guys got me talking about the cars all over this track here today. So I want to touch base here. Patrick Rogich. Patrick in the 87. And then we have Gary Duguay. He's coming into pits in the 14. Jeff Gilmore, he's in the 57. And David Cassidy, which is no longer in the race. These are all the Canadian drivers here tonight. Everyone else is from the good old US of A. So we have the Canadians up here, which I am one of them as well. So we got a few guys out here going to see if they can do anything. But right now, Zach is out in the front of this thing. He has Brandon Hartwell behind him. But Zach is slowly putting cars down. Right now, he just put down Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell's right behind him, actually. They're coming into the pits right now. Coming into the pits. We're going to see what they both get. I thought that Brandon was really close to him. He's just giving him a little nudge on the way down pit lane, saying, get going, because I'm coming. All right, so we're going to ride along with Zach. See what he takes for tires. See if I can get a better camera angle on the car. Take a quick look. There we go. Zach looks like he just got fuel the way he goes. Well, there you go. Nick is in there. He's getting fuel. Looks like he's going. Away he goes. So right now, Todd Neese is in the lead of this thing in the 26 car, the Publix. We're at lap 46. I don't believe he has come in as of yet, so he is due to come in. Both the Neese guys, Paff, Rongitz, Hartwell, they all need to come in. Raider, they all need to come in here shortly to get some fuel and possibly tires. So we only have 4 cars on the lead lap as of right now. Brandon Hartwell's in 5th place. He is the first car 1 lap down. Todd and David right behind him in the 27. And then we have Chris Paff and Zach Rongitz. These guys are all on the lead lap right now. Brandon Hartwell just came onto the lead lap. So we're sitting pretty good right now, 48 out of 200 laps. We're almost a quarter way through this race here tonight. No cautions, no problems. Take a quick look, see what we have. Lap 48 out of 200, leader Todd Nice. We had 3 lead changes so far in this race. All right, Todd Nice. Whoa, Todd Nice is coming in really hot. That may have been too hot coming into pit lane. That may cost him. We're going to back him up a little bit. We're going to take another quick look at that. Just want to put that down the court. He blinked out on me, actually. Not quite sure why he blinked out. We got him down to quarter speed. I just want to watch and see what happened, because he blinked right there. And the next thing you know, he popped up on the pit lane. There he is coming in hot. So he actually blinked for a moment. That could spell trouble for him down the road. Okay, there's Chris Paff. We're going to go back up to live. Chris is now in the lead, 22, Cheer Wine. Brandon Hartwell right behind him in that Rowdy Energy car. Zach Rongitz, he's right there as well in that 38. And Al Likens, he is about 4 seconds behind the leader right now, trying to play catch up in that 88 Mountain Dew machine. But it's all Chris Pfaff. He's got this thing rocking and rolling just the way he wants. You got to keep an eye on Chris, because Chris has usually got a fast car. But so does Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell passing on the inside. He's going to take the lead away from Chris right there. You see him just driving on the inside, passing him, and he is gone. You can take a look. There is Brandon Hartwell just driving away from Chris Pfaff 22 machine, just like he's in a parking lot or something. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I had to take a sip of water. All right, so this is what we have going on right now. Brandon Hartwell is out in the lead as of right now. Chris Pfaff is second. Then we have Zach Rongitz. Al Likens is back here in fourth. Robbie Darnell is in fifth. Jason Haney is in the sixth position in that 9 machine. Jeff Gilmore is in seventh. Then we have Todd Nice. He's in the 26. And then we have Nate Webb in the 7. And then we have Patrick Rawich. I'm not sure. I apologize, Patrick. I told you earlier before the race here I'd have trouble with your last name pronunciation, and I usually do. So I do apologize. But lap 53 out of 200, we got this thing rocking and rolling. Brandon Hartwell out in the lead. He's commanding a lead right now, driving away from Chris Pfaff. He has got almost 2 1/4 seconds, but we have a caution just came out. A caution just came out, looking for what is the caution. Not quite sure why the caution came out. I'm looking to see if somebody had a problem. Todd Nice, maybe? No. Well, I'm just trying to see. Not quite sure why the yellow flag came out. Trying to take a look. See why the caution came out. It's not the public's car. We're not quite sure why the caution came out, folks. I was not aware that we were going to have any caution flags, but we don't usually have stage breaks with the Dave Busch Cup Series. We're going to go back up Brandon Hartwell. I'll tell you, as far as the benefits go, we've got everyone bunched back together again a little bit. So that makes it a little bit more interesting when they get restarted. Now, Chiswick is out. Cassidy is out, unfortunately. John Henderson, I'm not quite sure where John Henderson is. Let's take a quick look and see if I can find John Henderson. I don't see him either. Robbie Stewart is coming into the pits. David Nice is staying out at this moment in time. I believe he's staying out to get the wave around. Just waiting for this to cycle through so that way I can take a quick look. I believe the 27. Let's see. He's down 1 minute. So yes, Nice is staying out. He's got the wave around. He's going to drive around the track, get his lap back. He may have been the lucky dog as well. Now here he is. He's coming around the track. He's going to fall in behind the leaders. The end of the longest line for him. But that puts Patrick out in the front in that 87 machine. Patrick has got a taste of leading this thing for a little bit. He was saying that he's a mid-pack racer. He likes to stay in the middle. That's where he usually plays. He likes that playground of his in the middle of the pack. But right now, Patrick, you are leading this thing. The way it cycled out through, you are the leader. So we're going to have to keep an eye on you, trying to get this thing going. Taking a look out his back door, you have Brandon Hartwell right there, Rowdy Energy. Brandon Hartwell is running that 25 car awfully hard here tonight. He's running right up at the front of this pack, doing a really good job. Now the lights are off on the pace car. We're going into turn 1 right here now. So we're going to take a look, drive along with Patrick in the 87 car. Keep an eye on him as he goes around. Everyone is lining up 2 by 2. We still have a few cars in the pits. They're just coming out of the pits now. David Deese is still in the pits. He's getting some service done in that 27 machine. Not quite sure what he's got going on. He's still in the pits though. Everyone else is pretty much up to the front of the pack. So we're going to go back up with the leader. We're going to get ready to get this thing happening once again. Coming into turn 3. Pace car is about to pull off right here, turn 4. Coming around the turn. Pace car pulls off. All right. Hey, Barney, get that flag ready to go. Entering the restart zone now. Wave that flag, Barney. Let's get this thing going. Here we go right now. Brandon Hartwell is jumping out in front. He's going to try to get ahead of Patrick. Patrick sliding back a little bit. Brandon Hartwell and Zach Ron they both jump out in front. Robbie Darnell's taking a look on the high side as well. He's awfully high. He's going to go. He's going to pass. Right now, the 22, Chris Paff, he is stuck behind the 87, trying to make something happen. Jeff Gilmore is right behind the 22. They are right there. Everyone trying to get around the 87. The 87 was a little bit slow on the restart. There's Al Likens going by on the inside. Chris Paff is taking a look on the inside as well. Chris Paff is right there. Take a look from his roof cam. He's going to pass the 87 going into turn 3 from the backstretch. There he goes. By the 87. There he goes, Chris Paff. Now he's got to catch up with the rest of them. He's in 6th place right now, trying to see if he can get something going. Gonna go back up, catch up with the leaders. There's Zach. Brandon Hartwell is out in front of this thing. He's going to lead them down the back straightaway. Around the corner into turn 4. There's Robbie Darnell. Robbie Darnell's fighting for 2nd place. He's right there on the back door. Zach Ron he wants to get up there and race him for it. There's Jason Heaney though. Jason Heaney's right behind Robbie Darnell. And you have Al Likens. He's running around the top of the track trying to pass both of them. He's on the outside of Jason Heaney right now. He gets by Jason Heaney. He's doing a really good job with that. Okay, so here we go. Al Likens jumped right in front of the 9 machine. So right now, Jason is looking at the back end of Al Likens, but Al Likens is a man on a mission. He's up there looking at the back end of Robbie Darnell. He's got to get right on his back bumper. Oh, he's up against the wall. He's got to get right on the back bumper of Robbie Darnell's car, that Hillsboro feed car. He backs off a little bit going into corner, but here he goes. He's got to pass him on the inside. There goes Robbie. Robbie slipped by. Meanwhile, Al Likens, he's got his sights set on Zach Rongitz. Zach Rongitz is in second place, and that's the next car that Al Likens wants to pass. He wants to get up there with that Mountain Dew machine and make something happen. Here we go. What's going to happen? Okay, so there's a 9 machine. Jason he's going to go by Robbie Darnell on the inside. Robbie Darnell falls into 5th position. Robbie hasn't been racing for the past few races there, so he's just getting back into the feel of things. You don't really lose that much when you're been away for a few weeks. But Robbie is back tonight, and he's running in the top 5, so he's doing pretty solidly tonight. Meanwhile, Al Likens, he looks like a man on a mission. He's kind of settled in. He's not really gaining a whole lot right now. He's about 4/10 of a second behind Zach's car, the 38 machine. So he's just kind of riding along, seeing what he can do. Meanwhile, back a little bit farther, let's see, take a look at Nate Webb. Nate Webb's back there. He's got a little bit of a hornet's nest following him. Fred Pennington's right there as well. These guys are all looking to get around each other. There is the 5 of R.J. Jones. He's going on the inside of Nick Rather. Nick is on the outside, and Fred is on the inside. Taking a look. R.J. Jones is going to get passed by Fred Pennington now. These guys are all racing back here. I'll tell you what, they're going for it. Zach Rongitz, he is up front. They're all spaced out. They're all running about 3 to 4/10 off of each other up the front of the pack. All the racing right now is all going back here, somewhere around where Fred Pennington is. He's got the 5 of R.J. Jones right behind him. He's going to try to get up around Nick Rader. Hopefully that's your pronunciation, Nick. R-A-D-E-R, Rad-er. That's what I believe it is, but I could be wrong. Meanwhile, R.J. Jones going to go by Fred Pennington on the inside. Taking a look. He's taking a good hard look at him. He's trying to get by him. R.J. Jones. He was looking at it. He couldn't quite get it done. The 8 of Fred Pennington pulled away from him. He was trying to get up there. He couldn't quite get it done. Couldn't quite make it happen. Meanwhile, you have Todd Neese in the 26, that Publix machine. He's back there waiting for something to happen. But Fred Pennington, he is up there knocking on the back door of Nick Rader, trying to see if he can get up there by him. Like, all these guys are running in single file at this moment in time. Okay, so here we go. He's going to try on the inside. He's right there. Couldn't quite get it done. He was trying. Couldn't quite get it done. He's going to look down low this time by. Nick is going to cut down low as well. Trying to do a little bit of a block. He knows that Fred Pennington is back there, and Fred is hungry. Fred usually runs up closer to the front of this thing. There he is. He's got to pass him on the inside now. He's taking a hard, serious look. Couldn't quite get it done once again. Wow, I'll tell you what, these guys are really putting on a show here, trying to get by each other. Meanwhile, Brandon Hartwell has jumped out in front. He's still there. Zach is still in second place. Al Likens is still in third place. These guys are all still just kind of running nose to tail with about 3/10, 4/10 of a second between each car. No one's really moving up front here. You got a little bit of action back here with Robbie Darnell and Chris Paff. Chris Paff has just passed Robbie Darnell for the 5th position. And I believe Jeff Gilmore, he's right back there. He's trying to take a look, see what he can get going on as well. But meanwhile, back there, Fred Pennington, he is back there still trying to get something going. Nick Ratter is up there trying to get by the 87 machine. That's Patrick's machine. Harry Duguay's in the pits. He's coming into the pits. So, okay, so what we have right now, there is the 83 of Nick. He slowed down a little bit. He got by Fred Pennington. Oh, Fred Pennington get in the back end of Nick Ratter. Send him around, slid him a little bit, but he was able to save it. That was really good driving on Nick's part. There is the 26 now. He's going to pass on the inside. Then you have R.J. Jones. He's back there taking a look. He's going to see if he can get something going. He's going to try to get by the 83 on the inside as well. He's right there looking, trying to make it happen. Can't quite get it done this time by. He's got his foot right into it, though, trying to catch up. Seeing if he can get up there. Again, R.J. Jones. He's looking high on the outside. Maybe do the crossover. Doesn't quite have enough momentum to get up there into that corner. Will he try into turn 3? He's looking seriously down there, but right now Nick is low in the corner. He's blocking him. He cannot get by him. All right, we're going to go back up with the leaders. There's Brandon Hartwell. He is just driving away with this thing. He's got 7/10 of a second over top of Zach. You can see Zach right there in the back bumper. But he's still 7/10 of a second back. Then you have Al Likens. Al Likens about 6/10 of a second behind Zach. Then you have Jason Heaney, though. Jason Heaney is right there. He's taking a look at the back end of Al Likens. He slipped back a little bit there now, but it looked like he was riding low in the corner. Looks like he was going to try to get a good run. He's got a little bit of a run there now. He's looking on the inside of Al Likens. Can't quite get it done. We're going to ride along. There he is. He's on the inside of Al Likens once again. Trying to see if he can make something happen. Can't quite get it done again. That's going to be frustrating. They're both running about the same lap times. So they can't quite get it done. Al Likens keeps sliding high in the corner. Jason keeps trying to get down low underneath him, but he can't quite hold it down. Meanwhile, Chris Paff has dropped back a little bit. Right now, he is about a second, almost 2 seconds behind Jason. Then we go back to Jeff Gilmore. He is about 2 seconds behind Chris Paff. And then we have a little bit of a mix-up back further. Let's see what's going on back here. These guys are all running really close. We have Patrick, Fred, Nick, Todd. These guys are all running a little bit closer. There's Todd. He's looking at the inside of the 87. Couldn't quite get it done. He's seriously looking, though. He's looking hard. We got racing going on all over this track, folks. Gareth Paff saying, let's go, Paff. I'll tell you what, Chris is up there. He's up there in 5th place right now. Meanwhile, the 87 is going to get slipped back just one more by the 26 of Todd Neese. Todd Neese is going to go by the 87, running door to door. The 87's trying to hold it, but he can't quite do it. The 26 has the advantage on the inside line. Talking about Chris, there's Chris up here. He is up here in 5th position, but he's running along basically by himself. Lap 79 out of 200. These guys are just doing a real good job of keeping these cars nice and clean on the track. And I expect nothing less from the Dave Busch guys. They are very clean drivers. Very rare for one of these guys to make a major mistake. All right, so there's Jason Haney, though. He's going by Al Likens. He's going to try to push. He's got him on the inside. Will he be able to hold it down enough to get in there? No, he was not. Al Likens was able to pull away on the outside line. Once again, Jason is still trying to get by Al Likens. He's taking another look. Let's see if he can do something with it on the front straightaway going into turn one. He's trying to get by. Not going to be able to do it. They're fighting hard for third place right here. These two drivers, Al Likens and Jason Haney, they are both working their butt off, trying to get by, trying to make something happen. Jump on in. There's Jay. Riding along. Take a look out his cockpit window. Running along in fifth gear. He's not really dropping gears. Now, we were looking at, I believe it was Chris Paff earlier. He was dropping the gears going into the turn. Go back and take a look at Chris. There's Chris. He's dropping into fourth. Then he puts her in the fifth on the back straightaway. Now, watch when he goes into turn three. He'll drop it back down into fourth gear. Just kind of keep his revs up. And then he drops her back into fifth on the front straightaway. And then back into fourth going into turn one. All right, so take a look back. Nate Webb, he's back there racing against the 26 of Todd Neese. Todd Neese is taking a serious look. Jeff Gilmore is right in front of him. We're taking a look. He's going to go by the 7 on the inside. He's got him on the inside. Meanwhile, there is Nick Ratter. He is trying to get up in there as well. Trying to make something happen. He's following Todd Neese. He's on the inside of Todd, actually, at this moment in time. Trying to see if he can get something going. Wow, I'll tell you what, these guys are just going for it right straight out. Everyone's racing all over the track. I'm just trying to see if anyone else is on the track here. I'm looking to see who's in the race. Oh, caution is out. Caution is out. Right there behind. It looked like Nick. Nick had crashed. We're going to go back and take a look and see what happened to Nick. All right, we're going to ride along. We'll do quarter speed. He has the 7, Nate Webb behind him. 26, Todd Neese on the outside, in front of him. He's coming along, taking a good look. He's got a single car spin. He's starting to slide sideways, going into the turn. He overcorrected it. Almost hit Nate Webb. There is the 87. He's going to get by around him, no problem. So this is a single car spin, single car hitting the wall. The 83 of Nick. Not a good run for him right there. Everyone is going by him, though. They have no issues at all. So, okay, there's Terry Duguay. He's going to go by him as well. Okay, so there we go. Single car spin. All right, back out to live. We'll go back up Brandon Hartwell. He is your leader. He's right there in the back door of the pace car. Then we have Zach Rungitz, Al Likens, Jason Haney, Chris Paff. And then we have Robbie Darnell, Fred Pennington, 57 Jeff Gilmore, Todd Neese, 7 and Nate Webb. These guys are all coming into the pits. We're going to follow along with Brandon Hartwell. Let's see what he takes. If he's going to take tires, if he's going to take 4 tires, 2 tires, is he going to take inside, outside? He's definitely going to take a full tank of Sunoco fuel, get back out onto the track. So here we go. Let's take a look and see what he does. He's taking tires on the outside. He's up on the inside as well. So he's going to take all 4 tires, full tank of Sunoco fuel, back out onto the track. And it looks like he's going to come out of pit lane. There we we go. There's a shot. Everybody's coming off the pit lane, so it looks like Brandon came out of pit lane in the lead. He went in the lead. He's coming back out in the lead. Still got a couple cars in the pits. Nick, Nate, and Robbie are still in the pits at this moment in time. But right now, Brandon Hartwell, he's your leader. Terry Duguay stayed out. He's going to try to stay out and get the wave around. Now, Terry's down a few laps. We'll just take a quick look as it cycles through. Terry's down 4 laps at this moment in time. He's had a little bit of difficulty out there tonight. So, he should be getting his wave around when they come around. They're just coming around turn 4 now. When they cross the stripe, Terry should be able to take off and pass the pace car, come around and get at least 1 lap back. All right, so there's Terry. Terry's looking. There you go, Terry. Go around, buddy. Get your lap back, my friend. There he goes. He's got the wave around. Meanwhile, Brandon Hartwell, Fred Pennington. This should be interesting, folks. Brandon Hartwell, Fred Pennington, Al Likens, and Chris Paff. They're all at the front of this thing, the top 4 cars. You have 4 very quick cars at the front of this pack right now. Brandon Hartwell and Fred Pennington, they are your 2 leaders. Brandon Hartwell is the leader on the inside. We're just waiting for them to go around. They're on the back straightaway right now, taking a look. We're coming into turn 3. Coming around turn 4 right now as we speak. You can see them through the catch fence. Coming around the corner. The pace car is going to pull off this time by. There we go. Jump up the Barney in the flag stand. Get that flag ready, Barney. These guys are going to come on. They're going to come really hot. Here they go. They're racing. Brandon Hartwell out in the front. He's got a big jump. Trying to get a push on. There's Al Likens behind him, trying to give him a big push. He went a little high in that corner. Back down to the inside lane. Al Likens is right behind him. He's going to try to swing out there. Yes, he does. Fred Pennington drops into 3rd position. Jason Haney into the 4th position. Chris Papp drops back into 5th. These guys are racing around the corner right now. Now, Jason Haney, we've been watching him go up through the pack. He's been doing quite well. So there he is in 4th place right now behind Fred Pennington. Take a look at the inside of Fred Pennington. He's going to try to go by him. Fred's just a little bit faster coming out of the turn on that high side. But here they come. They're coming down the straightaway and then into turn 3. Again, Jason is on the inside of Fred Pennington trying to get by. Couldn't quite get it done again. Jump back out, take another look at it from a different angle. See if we can take a good look. That 9 machine is trying its best to get by that Marines car. Meanwhile, up ahead, Al Likens, he's taking a serious look at the back door of the 25 machine of Brandon Hartwell. He's going to see if he can pass him. He's looking on the outside, he's looking on the inside. Back and forth. We're not even halfway yet, folks. Not lap 92 out of 100. And we've got a lot of racing to go yet. And these guys are right on each other's bumpers trying to get by 4th position. Trying to see what they can do with it. They are all racing really hard. Go back a little bit farther. Robbie Darnell. Robbie Darnell has Zach Rungitz. Zach is right there on his back door. Zach is back in the 8th position now. He was running up front. But now they are back a little bit further. Trying to get something done. Meanwhile, a little bit further back, Nate Webb. He's back there by himself. Nick is back there. Terry Duguay is back there as well. Terry Duguay is right behind. that 83 machine. And Kerry's going to try to get up there through the pack, try to get a couple more of his laps back. I believe he's 3 laps down as we speak. Meanwhile, up front, Al Likens right on the back door still of Brendan Hartwell. He's trying to see if he can get something happening. Can't quite get it done there. They're going on to the back straightaway. And all the action appears to be back there Jeff Gilmore. Jeff Gilmore seems to have quite a bit going on. Then we go back to Todd Neese. He's back there trying to get something going on as well. But again, these guys are good drivers. I'll tell you what, there's not too many leagues that have the quality of drivers that these guys all possess. I've seen some really good drivers in my day, but I'll tell you what, these SRU Dave Busch Cup Series guys, they can handle a lot of tough stuff on the track. They can race clean, and I'll tell you what, they put on a good show. They really do. Now, personally, I like a few accidents because it makes my broadcast that much more interesting. Because the more accidents they have, the closer the cars are running side by side. I love pack racing. Especially we get the excitement going when we are broadcasting the race. We can sit there and talk about all the action side by side, door to door racing. Right now, again, RJ Jones, he's right there taking a look. In that 5 car, he's on the back of Robbie Darnell. He can't quite get up to him. He was trying to. Robbie Darnell, meanwhile, he's up there taking a look at the back end of these 2 guys, Jeff Gilmore and Patrick Rawich. I apologize, Patrick. But anyway, we're going to jump up on his roll bar. He's going to take a look on the inside of Patrick's car in the 87. Running along with Robbie Darnell. This is where the action is right now. A little bit of action up front. Brendan Hartwell, he's up there fighting with Al Likens. Just notice it in the distance. Here we go. Al Likens is trying to get by him on the outside. He's taking the hard way around, trying to get by the 25 of Brendan Hartwell. Can't quite get it done, but by goodness, he's right there. He had a heck of a job. He was trying to. Lap 99 out of 200. Al Likens was definitely giving it a good shot. Couldn't quite get it done, but I'll tell you what, he was there. Meanwhile, Jason Haney, he has jumped up. He is right there in front of Fred Pennington. Now he's looking to jump into second place if he can get up there. He wants to make something happen. He's watching Al Likens go really wide in the turns. I'm thinking that he's probably thinking if he can get to the inside of him, he can get him. Because again, Al Likens is really high in the outside line going around these turns. Well, Jason is going to try to take a look, see if he can get up behind him. He's still got a little bit to go. He's about half a second behind Al Likens at this moment in time. But he's trying. He's definitely trying. All right, let's go back and take a look at the guys back a little bit further. Where's all the action at? These guys are all running bumper to bumper. They're all trying to pass each other. Right there, Zach Rongich, he's right there behind. He's inside of the 8. Fred Pennington, he's got by Fred Pennington. He's looking at the back end of Chris Path. He's holding his line. He's staying down low. Fred Pennington is not getting up that easy on the outside line. Fred is still trying to race door to door with him. Oh, Fred Pennington up against the wall. Scraping the wall. That's not going to help the speed. I'll tell you what, these guys are racing side by side. Take a look at the right front. They're close. Wow, they're close. Oh, indeed. There we go. There's the 8. Zach is going to try to get by, but couldn't quite get it done. There, he finally got it done. He's by the 8 car now. Man, that was a little bit of a battle, though. Now he's looking at the back end of Chris Paff. Going to see if he can get something done with Chris up front. Meanwhile, go back up to Al Likens. He's still back behind Brandon Hartwell, the leader. He's fallen back a little bit farther, but that's getting closer and closer to Jason Haney. Jason is going to see if he can get up there and see if he got anything for Al Likens. Everyone else is pretty much back in single file racing once again. Now we have Jeff Gilmore. He's on the inside of the 87. These guys are fighting it back and forth. Robbie Darnell right in front of the 87. So we're going to wait and see. There's Jeff Gilmore. He's down low, trying to get by. He's trying to get by both of them. He's trying to get by the 87 if he can get by him. Not quite. He's actually fallen back a little bit, but you have Todd Reese in the 26, that public car. He's coming up behind Jeff Gilmore, going to see if he can do something. Meanwhile, the 87, Patrick, he's taking a good look at the inside of Robbie Darnell. Jump up onto his roof cam. He was taking a good look at the inside, trying to see if he can figure out some way to get by Robbie. Robbie's running the high line, so he might be able to slide by Robbie if he can get out there. Not quite enough there. Trying to see if he can play catch-up. He's got a good run going in the corner. It's almost like he backed off a little bit. Didn't quite have enough speed. I think he was trying to brake a little bit so he wouldn't slide up into the back of Robbie. And I'll tell you what, these guys are trying their hardest to try to get by each other. There we go. He's going to have a run on Robbie right now. He's running on the inside of him. Robbie's going to drive away, though, on the back straightaway. Didn't quite have enough speed. Take a look going into turn 3. See if he's got a little bit more into turn 3. I don't think he has them. Don't think he has the speed in order to do what he wants to do. We're going to go back up a little bit farther, up into Zach. Zach is right on the back end of Chris Paff. Chris Paff is right there. But Jeff Gilmore got a black flag. I'm not quite sure why Jeff Gilmore, he went into the pits, so I think he came into the pits awfully hot. So he got a black flag for speeding on pit lane, I do believe. Jeff Gilmore right now, trying to take a look. I don't see him right there now. We're going to go back out with Chris Paff. He's right there on the back end of Jason Heaney. Meanwhile, he has Zach Rungitz right on the back end of him. These guys are all seeing what they can do. I'll tell you what, I don't know where to look because there's action all over this track. You have Chris, then you have Zach, then you have Fred Pennington. Robbie Darnell, he's back there as well. But you get up there with Zach, he's right there on the back end of Chris Paff. He's trying to get something going. Now we have, that is out in front. Just kind of take a quick look and see. That's Nick Rader. That is Nick. Nick is up there. I was wondering, I thought that was his car. The 83. He's got fresher tires, obviously. He's sitting a little bit better. Pit strategy on Nick. Nick is, let's see, he's only got, yeah, he's got brand new tires, so he is just flying right now on this track. He's going to pass the leader on the inside. He's going to try to get at least one of his laps back. So he's right now 2 laps down. As we come across the stripe, he is still, yes, he's 2 laps down right now. He was 3 laps down. He just got 1 lap back. And he's got his foot into it, and he wants to go. Lap 112 out of 200, boys. We get this thing going. Tara Paff saying, let's go. Well, I'll tell you what, there's Chris right there. He's in 5th place. He's doing a good job back there in 5th place, but he can't quite catch up to Zach and Jason. They're right in front of him. Now, Zach's taking a good hard look at the back end of Jason's car. Take a look. He's going to try to get around the inside. Jason's kind of cut low. He can't quite get by him, but he does a little bit of a crossover. He's right there. Taking a look. He's going to try to get by him. And there he goes. He's going to get by him this time side by side. There's the 9. It's high on the outside. Zach is trying to get him. He's trying to get him. Can't quite get it done. But Zach got him on the inside corner. He's able to pass him this time by. Meanwhile, Chris Paff, he is up there. Chris is out there looking on his rollbar, on his roof cam, watching these two guys going side by side. They're fighting it out. Chris is just waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake. Because as long as they're fighting each other, Chris has had the opportunity to catch up with both of them. But now, Zach has jumped out into the lead in front of Jason. So that opens the door for Chris, trying to see if he got anything for Jason. Looking on the high side, he's going to cross over and look down low. He's going to try to put his nose in there, trying to get by Jason. There he goes. He's getting by Jason. Side-by-side racing. They're both doing a real good job. Chris has got him, I do believe, going across the stripe. Chris has got him on the inside. There he goes. Going into the turn. Chris has jumped into the 4th position, taking it away from Jason Haney. Meanwhile, up front, Al Likens is still trying to catch up with Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell right now is almost a second and a half ahead of Al Likens. Brandon is doing a really good job here right there in this section of the race. However, we're going to be needing some pit strategy here shortly. Right now, everyone's running about 30 laps on their cars. So we're going to have to come in and get some service done. Now we see a couple cars coming down low on the inside. I believe that was the 83 of Nick Rader. I believe he's coming on the pit lane. He's going in slow. Yes, he's going into pit lane here now. So he's coming into the pits. Back up with your leader, Brandon Hartwell. He's still driving away. Al Likens is behind him. But he is right now a little over a second and a half. Zach is right behind Al. Chris is right there in 4th position. Jason Haney is in 5th position. Robbie Darnell is in 6th position in that 44 machine. We have Todd Neese right behind him. David Neese is right there behind Todd. Patrick in the 87, he is right there as well. Fred Pennington is running out the top 10. Well, these guys are just spaced out enough that they're really not giving each other a lot of problems. The closest racing right now is Zach and Al Likens. Zach is taking Al Likens on the inside. Chris Paff is sitting right there as well. He's going to see if he can get on the inside of Al Likens as well. Al Likens cuts down a little bit. Chris Paff is taking a good look on the inside again, seeing if he can get something done. Zach has dropped into 2nd place. Al Likens has dropped down into 3rd. Chris is looking for 3rd place. He's in 4th right now in that shooting line. And he's going to go for it. He's going to pass him on the inside. Going by Al Likens. There we go, that red 22. Chris Paff, he has got this thing rocking and rolling, running side by side with Al Likens. Down the back straightaway, door-to-door racing between the two of these guys. They're doing all that they can to try to outdo each other. Gary Duguay just pulled into the pits. Nick Rader is just pulled into the pits as well. Meanwhile, again, door-to-door racing. These guys are going for it. Al Likens is pulling ahead just a little bit. Chris just doesn't have quite enough speed. There he goes, going into the corner. Chris is jumping out in the front again. It's a game of give and take between these two drivers. Chris has got the better line. He's down on the lower lane. And he does pull up in front of Al Likens. Now the trick is to start pulling away. He is starting to pull away right now as I speak. Lap 123 out of 200. These guys are going to be getting something happening real soon. I'm going to take a quick look. At 36 laps, they've got somewhere between 45 and 52 to a tank of fuel. So I would say in another 10 to 15 laps, these guys are all going to be coming in for fuel. And then the question will be, will they have enough to finish this out? I bet you they're all going to be about lap 180 or 190 looking for fuel again. Now, if they have a caution, that could work out really to their benefit. But as of right now, if there's no more cautions tonight, I would have to say that after this fuel stop, they're going to have to stop one more time. But who knows? I'm not in the pits. I'm not controlling the pit box. They have their crew down there telling them what they can and can't do. So I'll tell you what, these guys will have to figure it out on their own. All right, Brandon Hartwell, he is out in the front again, still there. No one's bothering him. Zach is about 1.25 seconds behind him, trying to play catch up. He can't quite get it done. Man, I'll tell you what, these guys are having a heck of a job trying to figure out what they're doing. We're going to jump back and take a look at who's driving what here tonight. We have a lot of Chevrolets in the field. We have a couple of Fords. But Hartwell in that Chevrolet, he is driving away from everyone. Zach Romnitz, he's in the Chevrolet. Half's in the Chevrolet. Lycan's in the Chevrolet. Haney's in the Chevrolet. Nice is in a Chevrolet. Darnell's in a Chevrolet. Nice 27, he is in a Ford. Rogetz, he's in a Ford. Okay, so we have a couple guys. Jason Haney is in the pits right now. Nick Rader is in the pit as well. So we have a lot of Fords and Chevrolets. Oh, Jones in the 5. He's driving a Toyota. He's the first one I see driving a Toyota here tonight. First one I noticed anyway. Everyone else, the Chevrolets have definitely got the upper hand here for the most part. All right, so we're going to go back out to the cap. Take a look at the gap and see what the gap is between all these drivers. Hartwell's in the lead. Rungitz is almost a full second behind him now. Chris Paff is right there, but he's 1.8 seconds behind the leader. Al Likens, he's 4 seconds behind the leader. He's back there fighting with this M&M car. The M&M machine just came out of the pits. That's the 5 of R.J. Jones. He's got new tires, fresh tank of fuel. He's gone. He is just driving away from Al Likens. Al Likens has no competition for him whatsoever. Robbie Darnell, he's back there riding along in the 6th position. Nate Webb, he's back there in the 7th position, 7 car in the 9th position. Robbie Stewart Jr., he's in the 11th position in the 3 car. So right now, all these guys are out there trying to see what they can do, but no one is anywhere near Brandon Hartwell out in front of this race. Zach is the closest one, but he's still 7/10 off the pace. So I'm not quite sure what to tell you, folks. Looking for some action. Going to drop back down through the field, but everyone is all spaced out, so it's hard to find out who is racing who. There's the 27, though. He's back there, was racing with the 87. 87 looks like he just went by him. We have the light car, but Brandon Hartwell just came into the pits. All right, folks. Looks like he came in hot. I'm not quite sure if he came in hot or not. We're going to follow along, take a look and see what he gets for service. He's coming in. He's going to take tires on the outside. He's going to take tires on the inside and a full tank of Sunoco fuel, and he'll be good to go. Now, Nate Webb, he came in hot. I'm going to back up a little bit here because I believe Nate Webb came in really hot. He got a black flag coming into the pits. I believe he came in really, really fast. Oh, it looks like he caught the wall on the way in. Just going to follow through here. He's coming in hot. Coming off, he clipped the barrier, it looked like, and he did come in a little bit hot, so that is not good for Nate. Nate has got a black flag for that call. All right, right now, Todd Neese in the 26. Todd is out in front of this thing. David Neese is right behind him by about 2.5 seconds, almost 3 seconds. And then we have Fred Pennington. He is about 10 seconds behind. Mark Kozik, he is just coming into the pits as well. But Todd Neese, right now, until he cycles through, there he is. Todd Neese is now coming into the pits. That is going to put Brandon Hartwell closer to the front of the pack again. We're going to wait for these guys to cycle through. But David Neese is the new leader in that 27 machine. There we have that 9 machine going by on the inside. Jason Haney, he was a lap down. He just got his lap back. But we have to wait for David Neese. David Neese is coming into the pits. Fred Pennington is in the pits. So that's going to cycle everyone through. That means Brandon Hartwell is going to be your new leader once we cycle this all through. David Neese is in the pits in that 27 machine. So, again, Brandon Hartwell cycling through the pits. He is now your new leader. Or will be, as soon as he gets by the start-finish line. There we go. Zach is in second place. Jason Haney is in third. Chris Paff is in fourth. And Al Likens is in fifth. That's the way it stands for the top 5. Robbie Darnell, Patrick Rorix, Todd Neese, I believe then R.J. Jones, and then Fred Pennington will be your top 10. But it is all Brandon Hartwell. Zach is right there behind him trying to catch up. Jason Haney, he is right there in third place. Then we have Chris Paff and Al Likens. There's Terry Duguay. He's still struggling a little bit out there today. He is still back there, -5. He's down 5 laps at this moment in time. All right, so we have Brandon Hartwell. Then we have all the way down Al Likens. Robbie Darnell, he's in 6th position. Patrick Rawitz, he's in the 87, in 7th place. Todd Neese, he's in the 26. He is in 8th place. R.J. Jones in the 5. 9th place. Fred Pennington in 10th place in that number 8 Kinder Morgan machine. But back up to Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell is still driving away with this thing. He's 3/4 of a second over top of Zach in the 38 machine. Now you can see the 38 right there behind him, but he's 3/4 of a second following Brandon Hartwell. He's going to try to get something done, but he's got to do some pedaling in that car of his. He's got to get this thing happening. 139 laps out of 200. We're going to close in on 60 laps to go the next time by. All right. Here comes your leader. He's coming down to the stripe. There we go. 60 laps to go from this point forward. And it's all Brandon Hartwell. Right now, Brandon Hartwell has been doing a heck of a job. We've had 140 laps out of 200. Brandon Hartwell's your leader. We've had 2 cautions for 6 laps, and we've had 10 lead changes. But Brandon Hartwell has been out in front of this race for a really good chunk of it. All right, let's take a look and see if I can find, let's see, what I'm looking for, the fastest 5.55 lap leaders, the biggest gainers. The biggest gainers today, Brandon Hartwell, he gained 12 positions to get up to the front position. Todd Neese came up 6, David Neese came up 5, Jason Haney came up 5, Robbie Darnell came up 5 spots. So all these guys are doing really well as far as movers and shakers. The lap leaders, Brandon Hartwell has led 85 of the laps. Al Likens has only led 30. Zach Rongich has led 16. Todd Neese 7. David Neese 2. Chris Paff has only led 1 lap. And Patrick Wallix has which, oh my goodness, I apologize, Patrick. I can't quite get that name down pat. I gotta do it a few times, my friend. All right, 1 lap for him. All right, so we're gonna go take a look, see what we have. Brandon Hartwell, he's gaining on other lap cars. So the battle box, as it shows right now, Robbie Stewart Jr. is the first car in front of Brandon Hartwell. Nate Webb is in front of him as well. David Neese, R.J. Jones, and Fred Pennington. These guys are all right in front of Brandon Hartwell. Robbie Stewart being the first one. And I'll tell you what, Brandon is just driving the wheels off of this thing. Just absolutely doing a really good job. Zach Rongich, he is right there, but he is 9/10 of a second behind the leader. Gonna go back to Al Likens. Just looking to see if there's any action, any close racing between any of these guys. But once again, once these guys get separated, it's really hard to find out where the action is, because these guys are all really close to each other. There's Robbie Stewart. He's trying to catch up to Nate Webb. Gary Duguay, he's back a little bit farther. Mark is back there with him. A lot of these guys are out. So Brandon Hartwell, going to go back up to Brandon. He's right there on the back end of Robbie Stewart and Nate Webb. Robbie does not want to get past, so he's looking to see if he can get around Nate Webb. Nate Webb and Robbie are both going around. It looks like Nick Rader's car. No, I apologize, it's not Nick. Back up with the leaders. Brandon Hartwell, he's just taking a look. He's going to try to figure out, how can I get through these guys? These guys are all running side to side, trying to race each other. That's the 5. Going by the 5 right there now. But he still has Robbie Stewart and Nate Webb in front of him. So he's got to figure out how he can get by these two guys while they're running side by side for the most part. That's going to slow down Brandon Hartwell. So if Zach Rongich can capitalize on the fact that Brandon is being blocked by these two guys racing side by side, Zach might have the opportunity to close the gap and get up onto the back end of Brandon Hartwell's machine. He is closing the gap. He's 7/10 back right now. There's Brandon. Brandon is right there. He's trying to look on the inside, looking on the outside, looking in the middle. That's a little dangerous. He's going to try to split them down the middle. There goes Brandon. He's right down the middle of them. Slides up into the outside. He knew that Zach was coming. He's got to make a move to get out of the way because Zach is coming. There's Zach on the low side. He's still about 7/10 of a second behind the leader. But I'll tell you what, Zach is going to try to see what he can do. He got by Nate Webb. There he has Robbie Stewart right in front of him. Robbie Stewart is the next car in front of Zach. Now we're going to see if Zach can get a good run here, catch up to Robbie Stewart, and fly by him, try to get back onto the back bumper of Brandon Hartwell before this thing runs out of steam. We only have 49 laps to go. And I'll tell you what, the way Brandon Hartwell is driving his car, he's going to need all 49 laps just to try to catch up with Brandon. Because Brandon is like he's on rails here tonight. He is just flying. The Coca Cola 300 is working for Brandon Hartwell here tonight at Charlotte International Speedway. All right, so there's Zach. Zach's going to look high on the outside of Robbie Stewart. He's going to get by him. There he goes. Side by side, door-to-door racing. He keeps it off the wall. A lot of guys, when they pass on the outside, they tend to slide up a little bit higher than they should. Sometimes they scrape the wall a little bit. Zach did a good job. He kept it off the wall. There he goes. But he's now 9/10 of a second behind Brandon Hartwell. So he did waste a little bit of time fighting with Robbie Stewart, trying to get by him. We have 47 laps to go in this thing. And it's still all Brandon Hartwell. He is just driving away with this thing. There's the gap. You can see everybody back farther. There's not much action going on by anybody on the track at this moment in time. You can see they're all spaced out fairly well. There's a little bit of action right there, but not much. There's Terry Duguay. He's up there awfully close to the wall. Terry sometimes had trouble with his right front. He'll run that car and run that right front right off of that car. And then he has trouble keeping it off the wall. He's getting passed now by the 26, I believe it is, of Nice. Taking a quick look, Todd Nice is right there. He just got by Terry Duguay. Terry's up next to that wall again. Oh my goodness. Terry's down 5 laps at this moment in time. And right now, Brandon Hartwell, he is just driving away with no worries in the world. No problem whatsoever. So let's take a quick look. Let's take a speed shot here. These guys going by. Right here at the flag stand. Start-finish line. A little bit of a run as these guys go flying by the camera. All right, back up with the leader. Zach is still there. Zach is still there taking a look. He's right now 7/10 of a second behind Brandon. He can't seem to gain any ground on Brandon at all. Now, once again though, Brandon will have to come in for fuel anytime soon. Let's take a quick look at the strategy. They all have about 25 laps on their cars. So 25 laps on Brandon Hartwell's car. He gets about 45 to 52. So somewhere in about 20 to 25 laps, he's got to come into pit lane. Now, when he comes into pit lane, that is going to put Brandon somewhere right around 185 to 190. So he could be about 10 laps short for fuel. So he's going to have to try to figure out what's he going to do. How can he save fuel? Is there any way to save some fuel? Or is he going to have to run it hard? I have no idea. I have no idea. He's going to have to talk to his crew chief, try to figure out the best strategy to try to save some fuel or come in. But if you take a look at the pit strategy as well, Rongich is also on the same amount of laps. Likens is there, Paff is there, Haney is obviously on 32, so he's definitely going to come in. Darnell's on 27. Rongich, he's going to come in. Nice is on 24. Jones is on 33. So most of these guys are going to have to come in at least one more time for fuel. The question is, folks, when are they going to come in? Are they going to try to run it right down? Are they going to come in with a short pit? Are they going, like, what is the scoop? They've got 40 laps left right now. They can get 45 laps out of a full tank of fuel. Almost any time these guys can try to come in here and get some fuel. But most of these guys, I believe, are hoping for another caution. But unlike you and I, they do not get to see the entire track. They do not get to see that everyone is spaced out as far as they are. So there's no real close racing. And without that close racing, the potential for an accident is very, very slim. All these guys are out here for a Sunday night drive. So Chris Paff just came in. He's into the pits. We're going to take a quick look. We're going to ride along with Chris, take a look and see what he gets. I bet you he's only going to get a splash of gas and he's going to go. Maybe grab outside tires, but I would have to say he's just going to grab a splash of gas and he'll be on his way. Let's take a look. See if I can take a good look here and get a good angle. He's getting outside tires. And he's getting inside tires, so he's going to take 4 tires all the way around that car. Back out onto the track. Okay, Robbie Stewart is out in the pits, and Nate Webb is in the pits. Brandon Hartwell, still driving around. He is out in the front of this thing. He has Zach Rongich right behind him. Al Likens is about 7.5 seconds behind him in 3rd place. Jason Haney is about 10 seconds behind the leader as well. So right now, I don't know. I'll tell you what, I like what Chris did. Chris did, and Robbie Stewart came in. A couple of these guys came in. They may go down a lap, but when everybody cycles through, they're going to be back onto the lead lap again. I don't know. I think it might be a good time to come in because I don't know if these guys are going to have any more cautions. I really don't. So the 27's in. David Neese, Todd Neese in the 26. He's in the pits. They both came in. So they're both getting some service, possibly tires as well. Yes, tires on the 27 machine. Here comes Todd Neese. He's just coming off a pit lane. So Brandon Hartwell, he's coming around. He's going behind Todd. So I don't know what to tell you, folks. I really don't. Meanwhile, let's take a look. Where are you? There's Chris Paff. The Chris Paff is the first car a lap down. He's driving along. He is actually 54 seconds off the leader. But when you go into the pit lane, that 54 seconds is going to add up. I think Chris should be sitting okay. By the time you get on the pit lane and getting back onto the track, that 54 seconds is going to be pretty close. So Chris does not need to come into the pits at all anymore. Brandon, though, Brandon's going to have to come in here pretty soon. And I just don't know when he's going to come in. Lap 168 out of 200. That leaves 32 laps to go in this race. He's going to try to milk it out. But again, about 185, thereabouts, he's going to have to come in for fuel and tires. Nate Webb's just coming out of the pits. Now, Zach Rongich, he is coming into the pits. So he's going to take the plunge. He's going to come in, get tires. He's got tires on the outside. Okay, there's Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell is now coming in. There's your leader, now coming in. He wanted to get one more lap on Zach Rongich. So, okay, here's Brandon Hartwell. New leader, Al Likens. But right now, Al Likens still has to come in. So right now, we're watching Brandon Hartwell. He's taking tires on the outside of that machine. And he's going to take tires on the inside. Yes, he is. He's going to take tires on the inside as well. A full tank of Sunoco fuel hits the throttle, and away he goes. He's back out onto the track, leaving pit lane. So, let's see how this is all going to cycle through. Right now, we'll go back out to pit strategy, take another quick look. Likens is 37 laps. He is 43. Darnell 37, Rogic, I apologize, Patrick. He's 38. Hartwell is 37, but again, he's just coming off a pit lane, so he's going to cycle through. I think this is going to work out to his benefit. Right now, Al Likens is in the lead. Jason Haney is in second place. But Jason's coming into the pits. So that puts Robbie Darnell into second place. But Robbie Darnell's in. But Patrick he's just coming into the pits as well. So that puts Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell will probably cycle up to third place, I believe, once these pit stops are done. Just waiting for these guys to get around the track. Brandon Hartwell, he is cycled up into third position. And Al Likens and Robbie Darnell both need to come into the pits for fuel. So there's Brandon Hartwell going by Al Likens. That would put Brandon Hartwell back onto the lead lap. So there's only 3 cars right now on the lead lap. Al Likens, Robbie Darnell, and Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell just went by Al Likens, so he got his lap back. There's the 38 of Zach Rongich. He's going by Al Likens, so he got his lap back. Again, fresh tires compared to old tires. So Al Likens is hurting unit out there right now. He's the leader, but he definitely does not have enough fuel to get around these 27 more laps, 26 more laps. So he's going to have to do something. He's going to have to come in and get at least a splash of gas. I don't know if he's going to take tires or not. Everyone else is taking tires, and you can see the way that Robbie Darnell and Zach Rongich, Brandon Hartwell and Zach Rongich sailed by Al Likens like he was standing still. Brandon Hartwell's way out in front. Again, Zach is out in front. Al Likens is way back there now. So, I'll tell you what, these guys are racking up the speed. 26 laps to go. Al Likens is in the front. But he's going to have to come in. Again, take a look at the pit strategy once again. Al Likens is on 42 laps, so he's only got 3 or 4 more laps before he has to come in. Robbie Darnell, he's on 43. He's going to have to come in. So there's no way they can do another 25 laps that I can tell. So that will cycle through and put Brandon Hartwell back into the lead of this thing. Zach Rongich, okay, there's Robbie Darnell. Robbie Darnell's coming in now. That leaves Al Likens by himself, the only car on the lead lap, well, other than Brandon Hartwell and Zach Rongich. But Brandon and Zach are at the back of the field in comparison to Al Likens. They're about 26 seconds behind the leader. But here comes Al Likens now. He's going to come into pit lane. Okay, so this is going to make all the difference in the world. Brandon Hartwell, Zach Rongich, they are going to cycle through. They are going to be your new leaders, 1 and 2. Jason Haney now is onto the lead lap. Robbie Darnell is coming. Chris Paff is now on the lead lap. Robbie Darnell's on the lead lap. Patrick Roberts is on the lead lap. Fred Pennington is now on the lead lap. Now all these guys are all getting back out into the lead lap. Al Likens is just coming out now. But I'll tell you what, Al Likens is coming out third place, but he still has the other cars in front of him. But Brandon Hartwell is going by a lap car of the number 8, Fred Pennington. He's going to put Fred down on another lap. That's Brandon Hartwell out in the front. Al Likens has cycled through, but he's coming out in 4th position. I don't know what happened there. That Al Likens, oh, what's going on there? The 25 has slowed down considerably. I think he caught the wall. We're going to go back a little bit. We're going to back that up just a moment there, folks, because I think he caught the wall, because everyone just flew by him like he was standing still. We're going to take a quick look. We're going to back to all this he did. He came around the 8. Going to jump up into the camera. Here we go. The 25 went by the 8. He got down on the corner of the apron. Got a little bit loose. Sliding sideways up into the outside wall. That's going to lose a lot of momentum. The 8 gets to go by him once again. That also opened the door for Zach Rongitz. You'll see Zach Rongitz go flying by him here like he's standing still. Here in a moment. There is Zach Rongitz. There he goes. He's just driving by the 25 like he's just standing still. All right, we're going to go back up to live. Okay, get back up live, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. 20 laps to go right now. Zach Rongitz is out in the lead. He has Brandon Hartwell right behind him. So Brandon's going to have to do something now to get back in front of Zach. Zach is just driving away. I'll tell you what, the two of these cars, they were running pretty much nose to tail. They both had the same speed, the same momentum on the track. So now that Brandon is behind Zach, he's going to feel what Zach was feeling. He's going to feel the frustration. He's not going to be able to catch up with Zach if they continue to maintain the same speed. 19 laps to go. Meanwhile, Al Likens is about almost 14 seconds behind the leader. But he's going to try to see what he can do to catch up, get some speed going. Nate Webb, 17. Loggy Boy, I'll tell you what, Nate Webb, where's Nate Webb at? Nate Webb is back there in the 7. He had a little bit of problems earlier on. I didn't really see any major problems with Nate. He went off the track and then he came back on the track. Let's take a quick look back when he went off the track. To back that up just a little bit. He took a heck of a jump. He did not bring out the caution. He came around the corner. He got a little bit loose, bounced off the wall, came across the track, got airborne after when he came across here, just flying. There he is flying back out, and then he came back out onto the track, leaving pit lane on the apron, but that slowed him down considerably. He lost a lot of time. All right, so we're going to go back out to live, folks. Back up to Zach Rongitz. Zach is out in the front of this thing again. And Brandon Hartwell, I'll tell you what, that's not good for Brandon. He is behind Zach, and Zach is not going to give an inch. Brandon's about 0.3 of a second behind the leader. He's got to see if he can figure out some way to get by him in 16 laps. He's right there looking, but he can't seem to gain a whole lot of ground. He's trying his best, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. He's riding the middle line, trying to build up some momentum. Coming up high on the outside, trying to get a little bit of draft, side draft off the wall. Back into this middle line. Zach is just driving away from him. Brandon is just having a hard job trying to get up there. Man, I'll tell you what. Jason Haney, though, he's all separated back. Patrick's back by himself. Robbie Darnell's back. Everyone is back. Chris Paff is back in 7th place. Greg Pennington's back in 9th. He's just sliding off the wall there. But again, everyone is so spaced out that everyone is just driving along without any issues. So that puts the emphasis on Brandon Hartwell. This is where it all lies right now. First and second, these guys are really battling for position. Trying to see if they can get something going. Back to Patrick. He has the 44 Robbie Darnell right on his back bumper. Robbie Darnell's going to pass him on the outside. He's going to take a look. This is for the 5th position. Robbie Darnell wants it. He's in 6th. He wants to get on the outside. Try to get by that 87 machine. They're fighting it out, but they can't quite get it done. 12 laps to go. Robbie's looking high. Nope, you can't quite get it done. Gonna try the crossover? No, he didn't quite get it done there either. Taking a look. Not enough. There's Robbie going up high on the outside, side to side. There's Robbie going to get by the 87 here now. Possibly he's going to lose it in the turn. Robbie's got to keep his foot into it. He'll get it back on the straightaway possibly. Robbie has taken over the 5th position from the 87 with Patrick. Robbie's got to get back down in front of him, though, in order to lock it in. There he goes. He got it locked in. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Brandon Hartwell. He is 7/10 of a second behind the leader. 10 laps to go. Brandon's got to figure out what he can do to catch up with the leader. Now, the leader's getting into some lap traffic. That may or may not help him close the gap. But with 10 laps to go, I'll tell you what, the mistake of him going down on the apron, back up, hitting the wall, that will come back and bite Brandon. Brandon not going to be happy about that one fatal mistake that he made, because it opened the door for Zach to jump out in front of him, and Zach is just trying to run away with this thing right here now. Now we have 2 lap cars in between Brandon and Zach. Zach is out in the free air. He's got no trouble at all. Brandon's coming up behind Chris Paff. Let's see if these 2 guys will give him a little bit of room to try to get by both of them. He's going by the 5. He's down low. Chris Paff's going to go up high. Chris is going to give it to him, going to open up the door for him to catch up with Zach. Okay, there we go. Brandon's got a roll again, but right now he's 1.5 seconds almost behind the leader. So he really has got to get going. 7 laps to go in this race. And Zach's about to go around. It looks like Todd Neese's car up ahead. Take a quick look. Todd Neese is right up there in front of him. Yes, it is. It's Todd Neese right in front of him. So we're going to have to watch him go by him. He's going to get by Todd Neese. No problem at all. Todd Neese is going to go high. Let the leader go by. 6 laps to go. Meanwhile, Brandon Hartwell, he is back there. He is still 1.7 seconds behind the leader. He's got a lot of pedaling to do to get that car going. Nate Webb's coming into the pits. So right now, Al Likens, he's back there in 3rd position. Jason Haney, he is back there in 4th position. Patrick is up there in 5th position. There's Robbie Darnell on the outside of him. They're still fighting back and forth. Robbie Darnell is really high on the outside. Not quite sure what's going on with Robbie. Robbie's trying to get by. Can't quite get by that 87. That 87 is giving him a really hard time to get by. There's Robbie off the wall. Robbie can't quite get it done. They're still trying for 5th position. Meanwhile, Brandon Hartwell up in front. He is still, now he's actually dropped back farther. He's 1.86 seconds behind the leader. This does not look good with 4 laps to go. Unless there's a caution, I would have to say Zach is going to take this and run away with it. I'm going to try to make a couple little notes here. Then we have, okay, so then we have Brandon's going to try to see if he can do something. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. I really don't, folks. He is back there. He has Todd Neese in between them. They have a lap car in between the 2 of them. but Zach is out there. He is gone. 3 laps to go. Zach is just running the wheels off of this thing. 2 laps to go. 1 more for a caution. If he gets this lap in, it will be wrecker or checker. He'll be able to drive away with this thing as the winner. Meanwhile, Brandon Hartwell, I'll tell you, he's got to be heartbroken tonight because he was definitely the man to beat. But Al Likens, he is back there as well. He's back there in 3rd place. No one dare to give him any competition. It's all about Zach right now. Final lap. Zach's on the back straightaway. He's going to come around the turn. Looking good for Zach. Nobody's going to be any competition for him at all. We got Barney with the checkered flag in the air. Zach goes across. That's it. And there goes Brandon Hartwell. He brought home 2nd place. Here comes Al Likens is still back there, but he's coming along. There's Al Likens for 3rd place right there now. So, all right, go back up to Zach. Zach is sitting as your winner. He did a heck of a job getting by Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell, the only way he got by him, he made a mistake. So Brandon Hartwell was able to let this 38 machine of Zach Rongich, let him get by, let him take the win here tonight. Good look at that Goodwrench Plus car, 38 machine. Zach is sitting there on the pit lane. Excuse me. All right, I was waiting for a burnout. He's not going to be doing a burnout by the looks of things. All right, folks. Well, that was the race. We are going to shut down a couple things here. We're going to try to bring up our main scoreboard. Oop. Get that up. Okay, get the right. Got a couple things up that shouldn't be up there. There we go. All right, folks, here we go. We're going to do the race. We're going to show you who was the winner. Zach Rongich, 38 laps led. He was your winner this evening. Brandon Hartwell, he brought home 2nd. Al Likens brought home 3rd. The track was Charlotte Motor Speedway for the COCA COLA 300, 200 laps, a total distance of 291 miles, 0.37. Then we had green flag lead changes. We had 12 of those with 7 different leaders, 2 cautions, 6 laps total. The hard charger was Brandon Hartwell, 11 positions up from the back of the pack, almost. Brandon Hartwell, the most laps led, 113. The fastest lap was Al Likens, 29.443. Pole position was Zach Rongich, and the winner of the race, again, Zach Rongich. So we had Zach Rongich, then we had Brandon Hartwell, Al Likens in 3rd, Jason Haney in 4th, Patrick Rawitz in 5th, Robbie Darnell 6th, Todd Neeson 7th, Chris Paff in 8th, Fred Pennington in 9th, R.J. Jones in 10th, David Neeson 11th, Robbie Stewart Jr. in 12th, Terry Duguay 13th, Nate Webb 14th, Mark Kochik in 15th, Nick Rader in 16th position, Jeff Gilmore 17th, John Henderson 18th, Robert Chiswick in 19th, and David Cassidy rounding out your top 20. So that was the winners. I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a run by these guys here tonight. So we're going to jump up. We're going to see if I can find, let's see what I'm looking for here. We're going to show, there's your winner. We're going to look for Al Likens, see if we can grab on Al Likens here in the chat. I don't see Al Likens here at all. Oh my goodness, okay, we're going to see if we can grab on to Brandon Hartwell. Okay, there we go, there's Brandon. Hey, Brandon, it's Art up in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah, I got you up here, bud.
I'll tell you what, man, that was heartbreaking. I mean, you caught the apron, you went up and caught the wall, it opened up the door for Zach. I'll tell you what, you did a heck of a job all night long. One mistake. That's got to be heartbreaking, my friend.
Oh yeah, that's all there. Like when Zach's behind you, you can't make no mistakes. Even if you do, you have to fix it fast because Zach is an animal on the prowl, man. He is so fast. I love racing Zach just because it brings out the best in me.
Oh,
Um,
go ahead.
yeah, I was passing Fred there coming out of two, and I just held it too close to the apron when I got back full throttle. I tapped it. Yeah, it's just my race to lose right here. I love these long races like this, and it sucks, but I'll take a second place and still locked in on the championship. I don't know. Still in first in the championship is what I was trying to say.
Well, I'll tell you because I was making comment of that because Zach was not gaining on you an inch for lap after lap after lap. And you two had almost identical cars, identical driving strategy. So as soon as he got in front of you, you were the exact same position Zach was for so many laps. You couldn't gain. You didn't lose, but you couldn't really gain either. Like like the two of you were just evenly matched without a doubt. The two of you guys were taking everyone to school here tonight. You did lead the most laps here tonight, though. You led let's see, you led 113 laps here tonight. So, and you also came up 11 positions. So you were definitely the hard charger of the night as well. So, like, good on you for that, my friend.
Oh yeah, like leading most laps and stuff. I really don't care. I love to lead laps. Don't get me wrong. I love being in first, but it's that last lap you got to lead that counts.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
and
true.
that last run that we had, man, I swear I had Zach right where I wanted him and hold him at bay between what 10, 8 and 9 tenths to a second, and it's just it's one mistake. That's all it takes. Awesome race though, man.
Well, I'm glad you can laugh about it. I mean, I don't like bringing it up, but I mean, some people get really upset about that type of thing. But it is what it is. It's racing. But I'll tell you what, it was a fun to watch the two of you guys up front because you guys definitely took everyone to school, and you were gone. Al Likens had a little bit of a run for you there for a while, but it was all you two, and you definitely put on a show, Brandon, here tonight.
Oh yeah, I've been doing iRacing for about 11 years now. So me wrecking instead of getting a win, or me messing up instead of getting a win, is part of what I do, I guess.
Well, try not to make it a habit. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I've gotten better at it, but it still happens.
There you go. It happens to the best of us, without a doubt. All right, man. So we're going to see you in a week's time. And so you get anything for any of your sponsors or friends back home before I let you go?
Just a shout out to Kyle Busch and family. I know they're going through a lot. That's why I put the rowdy paint on the car. Just trying to get rowdy with it. And shout out to you and the broadcast and all the people that came out to race tonight. It's just an awesome race from everybody.
Right on, my friend. All right. Well, we see you next Sunday night, and we'll see if you can get back up on the podium once again.
All right, thanks, bud.
All right. We'll talk to you in a week. All right. That was Brandon Hartwell. He was your second place driver. We're going to talk to Zach Rungich. Hey, Zach, it's Art up here in the booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a run. You did a really good job. Just talking to Brandon, one mistake, that's all it took. And he was in your position. You were about 7/8 of a second constantly behind him. As soon as he made that mistake, he couldn't do anything better than 7 or 8 tenths of a second behind you. And that's what you needed in order to get out in front of him. And man, I'll tell you, you two were evenly spaced. The two of you were definitely putting on a show here tonight.
Yeah, we were doing cat and mouse of trying to be fast and also save tire. Like when I was behind him, all I could do is use him as a visual aid to try to be a little straighter, try to have a little bit better exits. and not get tight and save tire and hope he comes back to me. And there was a few runs where that would happen, and then pit cycles would happen, and then we'd redo it again, and then but yeah, it was a good race. I mean, I had the lead there for a little bit, and then caution came out, pitted, and on the out coming out of pits it said pass 88, so I just was gonna go out and pass the 88, and there's a freaking jump out of the pit road on the bottom. No idea that happened, so that gave me an unsafe pit exit, and I had to go to the rear of the field to the dead end of the line. So I had to drive through all the field, got back up to second, was reeling in Brandon there, and then I think pit stops happened or something. But yeah, it was. And then on the last pit stop, I was coming up, I short pitted him. I was going to leapfrog him. And that would have worked. I would have had the lead and then put him in that position. But on my out lap, the 9 car, he was a good ways away from me. We drive in like at the same time. I'm about like 4 car lengths back, and then it was like I'm already committed to the line, and he just stopped on the bottom, and I had to swerve up, otherwise I was going to wreck him and wreck myself, and that costed me the leapfrog. So I came right back out where I was when I short pitted him, and I should have leapfrogged him, and then from there I was like, yep, this is like I can match him right now because we're going faster, so I can't go over it. So my only play was to let off and try to go slower than him and save, and then he made the mistake. So,
Well, I'll tell you what, like for all your struggles, it paid off in the end. Like I say, all it is one mistake Brandon made, and it opened up that door for you, and you must have been relieved when you saw him, go up against the wall, hit the wall, and you just kind of sailed by on the inside.
definitely not relieved. I mean, I don't want to win that way. I was hoping to put him in a bad position that he would have to figure out how to get back around me on the leapfrog, and a lap car ruined that. But that's how I wanted to win it. I didn't want to win it by him making a mistake. I mean, if he would have known that I was backed way off and I was saving tire because it was my only play, he probably could have went a little easier. But that'll just come from experience. I mean, he ran a hell of a race, and he made me think. He made me work harder and think harder than I have in a long time. Because if you do it right, like then now you're finding inches behind somebody. You're trying to find inches if they're doing it correctly, and if you go over them, you're just gonna burn your tires. So it's really a fine line. You got to figure it out. But he did a great job.
Well, I'll tell you what, good on you for not wanting to necessarily win just because of someone's mistake. For wanting to win nice and clean. But again, a win is a win, so you get to take it into next week, and move ahead a little bit in the points, and we'll see how this is all going to play out because we're running out of time here. We only got a couple of races left.
Yes, sir. And I'm about 3 races short than everybody, so I got to make up as much as I can.
There you go. There you go. Try for a win every time from now on out, right?
Yeah, we'll try.
So have you got anything for anyone back home, sponsors, friends, before I let you go?
Oh, just shout out the league. This was a great race. I mean, Al was up here for a little bit. He drives a little hard. He'll learn how to save his tire, but he was quick. Brandon and Chris, they were quick. I mean, it was really a fun race where you could lay back, save some tire, make a push, lead, whatever. I just was never in the right spot to try to push to take advantage of the lead. It was just never smart to do so, but it was a great race. These guys brought their A game and made me really work for it. So sad I didn't want to win that way, but that just comes with it. Everybody's done that. I've done that. So he'll get his.
Right on. All right, my friend. Well, we will see you next week, and we'll get another possible podium finish for you.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Have a good week, my friend.
You too.
Again, that was Zach Rongets. He was your winner this evening here for the Coca-Cola 300. It was a heck of a battle between him and Brandon Hartwell right down to the finish. I'll tell you what, luck of the draw. Sometimes Lady Luck's on your shoulder, and sometimes she's the lady in black. And I'll tell you what, it was a heck of a run. A lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to broadcast. It would have been nicer to be a little bit tighter, but again, these guys are so darn good that once they get out amongst each other or away from each other, they basically all run their own race. And I'll tell you what, some good racing to be had by all these drivers, without a doubt. All right, so we're going to see you next week. We're going to shut this down, leave Charlotte, and we will look for you next Sunday night. We'll do it all over again. Have a good week, everyone.